AI is just the latest in the ways that you can support an argument, and in perhaps quite a distorted way, or if your motives are good, it can be for a good purpose, but either way you are trying to influence how people think or feel. So I think training our audiences to understand that this process is going on is the wider, bigger, important thing. The big thing, say film, you're working still with film negative, so that's a huge shift. Now, we don't think about capturing image in the same way, and so you can have these rolling resets, you can keep rolling, have notes to the actor or the camera person while you're still rolling, which is unthinkable in a film environment. I think for a strictly mechanical thing, something like syncing up some rushes or whatever, something like that is a great use of AI. Where it gets interesting, of course, is where AI creeps into the more creative, like properly, if you like, creative roles, such as writing or even performers and performance. In the immediate sense, I haven't seen AI influence students' work very much, but it's absolutely a tool that's going to be more and more part of our landscape, and we, I think, would do well as a society and as an industry, a creative industry, to really be honest and upfront about what does this mean for us all, and what does this mean for these types of roles or types of projects, and let's all agree on what that looks like, rather than having it just sort of surprise us and we wake up one day and everything's shifted, but we didn't kind of sign up to that shift. It's absolutely true that because AI uses data from where the data is, which is, and where the AI systems were created, so that's North America. So that's absolutely true that if you apply AI tools to a New Zealand creative context, you are going to get a skew 100%. I personally think that AI created images and voice, etc., it will fold into the general library of ways that you can portray things. I think I generally have a disposition that is optimistic, but particularly because I'm dealing with students. So these people are coming to me, and I've been placed in this position by the universe to be one of the people who shares knowledge and invites them to express their creativity, hopefully on the way to some sort of profession in the industry. It's very interesting to see what changes as you're going through, as the industry's evolving, and what is constant. Things like story and character and so on. You can dig back to the early days of cinema, or indeed other art forms before cinema, and find instances that can inform your practice right now, today. So those are the kind of two interesting contrasts. I personally haven't yet used AI in my process, but I know I need to be open to it, and I am totally open to it. So at the writer's strike that I was talking to some people in LA, some of them talked about how you could have, for example, AI would write a first draft of something, and then after that would just be rewrites. So obviously different level of prestige and remuneration.
What human elements of writing or cinematography or can't be replaced, do you think?
I think that what you want and what audiences ultimately want is a sense of human experience that's being conveyed. So if you take the human out of the creation of that human experience, is it still, will it still feel like a human experience? If it can feel authentic and it speaks to people, great, maybe that's sufficient.
Yeah, I guess we were curious why you chose the Volks Club.
When this is sort of like an other space, which is, it's like a good, can have a bit of character, and also when some part of the trust that runs this place owns and runs it, and creativity is really important. So you've got Barbarian, which is a theatre company upstairs, and yeah, so it's nice just to always have a connection with the creative community and emerging people, and that's what I'm looking for, is a kind of a wider family, and it sort of evolves from project to project. It's a little bit kind of loose, but definitely a sense of connection with humans, that we can then make something that then will hopefully speak to audiences, and they too share an echo of that. And it would be a shame if we all kind of leaned back and left it to the tools to do, and that we lost some of that sense of connection. That would be a real pity. I think if you recalibrate, and rather than the sky is falling, say, well, everything is in flux, including me and the sky, that's just the constant. So if you reset your frame of reference to be a sense of constant evolution, rather than there was a golden age, things were stable and we knew how they would work, but now it's all changing and we've lost that lovely, secure, comfortable place. If instead you just release yourself into the flow of things moving and changing all the time, and you're just going to go with it and do the best you can in the moment, you could potentially have a lot of fun with that.